Welcome to the Take It Home podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons 17. I am joined by two beautiful looking men. I will go ahead and give the hot tag to my partner to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. And then, of course, if you like us together, check us out at Country Air Official on Facebook and Instagram, and Country Air Brand on Twitter.
And last but not least, our senior official.
What's up, guys? Ref Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the Ref Brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. How was the breakfast hunts this weekend, fellas?
Had a unexpected pancake machine at the breakfast one of the mornings over the weekend. So it was really nice, really fun. Didn't see it coming, but press the start button. No making of them required. Having to make the waffles. Normally you can put a caution tape around it after I'm finished. Like with the pancake ones, all you have to do is just press a button and become pancakes. It's wonderful.
There you go. Hey, making it perch proof. That's what we need in our breakfast technology. I had some delicious pecan waffles from the Pancake House with the lady over the weekend. We were banging. Highly recommend. Very good. But you know what else is banging? That banger of the week, Perch.
Ooh, this week's banger of the week. An oldie but a goodie. Not too old, all things considered, but definitely from the first wave of this guy's music. A good one to roll with a lot of driving between here and the weekend. And this song hit home. Through the Wire, Kanye West.
Oh, yeah.
One of my faves of all time.
I had that one stuck in my head yesterday.
Yeah. I think I woke up one of the days with that one stuck in my head. And yeah, it's just a great song. An original iPod song when iPods came around.
Oh, yeah, that was I got that album the day it came out. It's like, I think that was the time. Yeah, my mom had just switched to like working 4 days a week, and the day off she happened to be the day new albums dropped. I had her pick that up for me and have it ready for me right after school. It's great.
That whole CD is phenomenal. But yeah, that song in particular, I think I knew what all the words were before I knew what any of the words meant. And then realized, it's a story being told, and good storytelling with damn good song. A banger that has held up.
Yeah, we miss the old Kanye. Straight from the soul Kanye.
Mm-hmm. Great era.
Yep. All right. Instead of reflecting on the early 2000s, let's reflect on some wrestling that we watched this week. I can kick it off this time. I have been catching up on Best of the Super Juniors. I finished night 1. I'm on to night 2. It's been a good show so far. It's been great to see, with Japan opening up its borders now, that we can get back to these tournaments being more of an international competition. The homie Ace Austin on night 1, looking good. Seems like the crowd super behind him. I think he's so far of the new guys, the one that has seemed to like fit that New Japan mold and style the best. It's been great to see Clark Connors in there. That's somebody that I've seen basically all of his Young Lion run. So it's great to see that guy and get to show out in such a huge stage. Man, Ishimori as champ right now, so he's main eventing all the nights. Always puts on some great matches with everybody. Taguchi the first night, hashtag no butt stuff. So that's been really fun. I've seen like the first hour of Double or Nothing. And I just want to give a shout out to Jade Cargill on that. Me and Stacey Shadows talked a couple weeks ago about something that we really like in watching wrestling is just people getting better over time. And, this is her second match against Anna Jay during this, I believe, during her streak right now. And, looking back at how green she was at the first match and how much better this match was, it's just really nice to see. All the clips of her working with Brian are coming out. So it's good to see that she's dedicated and trying to hone her craft. That's always a good thing to see. That's about it, actually. Now I haven't been watching much else. Zach, what have you been watching?
Yeah, I watched like a lot of people. I watched Double or Nothing. Thoroughly entertained. I missed the pre-show match with Hookhausen and versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark, but plan on watching that. The first match with the Young Bucks and the Hardys were good. Something seemed off about Jeff Hardy. Reports are like his body is taking a toll, especially from the Darby Allin match, which we talked about. I want to say it was either last week or the week before, how it's crazy. He's still doing things like he's 20 years old, and Father Time, I think, is starting to catch up to him. But
yeah, it needs a little bit more recovery.
Oh yeah, but overall, it's still a fun tag match. From there, I think I thought the Anarchy match was great. Eddie Kingston walking out with the just bloody
with the gas can. Yep, great.
Oh yeah. I thought it was funny that the entire time until Jericho pulled the plug, they're playing the Moxley song nonstop. I was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "What the heck is going on here?"
Shout out to New Jack.
Yeah. What else? Julia Hart finally joining the House of Black.
Hell yeah. Yep. Excited. That's the match I'm up to right now. So excited for that one.
I don't want to ruin much more. I mean,
I've seen most of the spoilers by now.
Yeah, I've seen the. I'll say you called it. Doc and I were hanging out. We were talking about Double or Nothing, and Doc had a prediction about the tag title match, and one of his prediction was correct. I won't really say much about it, but I don't know. Some of the matches were random. Darby Allin versus Kyle O'Reilly. I didn't know the story there, but I really enjoyed it. Kyle O'Reilly with his catch style is super entertaining. Just watching him do his thing with Darby Allin. The Owen Hart tournament. Only complaint I agree with Val on was I think everyone in the final should wear pink and black.
That'd be a nice touch. I don't know how expensive and or timely that would be, but yeah, that'd have been a great touch.
Yeah, but overall,
wait, doesn't Joe have black and pink gear?
I believe so. I don't know. I don't know if Ruby Soho does either.
I don't know if Ruby does, but I feel like Joe might.
Yeah, just one of those. The winners were who they were, but the winners were rocking the Owen Hart colors, and the losers weren't. So, just one of those small little detail things. Besides Double or Nothing, I've been watching like matches on the YouTube. I watched our matches back. Some of the stuff that we had this weekend, I watched that back. I also watched a match between Jay Lethal and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Red Dragon on a baseball field.
Yep, I've seen that one.
Watching heel Jay Lethal and Shinsuke just kind of looking at him like, it's all right, you'll be okay. Very entertaining stuff, but yeah, that's pretty much what I've watched. Perch.
Yeah, I really really enjoyed watching the lead up to the big AEW pay-per-view. Some real fun matches. That Dynamite starting out with the steel cage. I was really intrigued leading up to that match at how are they going to figure out how to finish this one, because we want to see MJF against Wardlow, but this is really the big grand match is the steel cage. This is like the last obstacle. so that one had a lot of intrigue for me, throughout the week. How are they going to do this? And it was great. Really enjoyed the finish to that, and didn't see it coming. No matter how much I thought about it, still didn't see it coming.
Yep, that was good. That was good.
And then seeing Moxley and Danielson go on a private party was cool. Really, really enjoyed the Danielson against Matt Sydal match
Yep.
on Rampage. Like as good as a wrestling match in 2020 could get. An opening match to Rampage. That was
because that was the only match I caught on Rampage, but I do enjoy how AEW throws around their match orders. You never know what's going to start first. And luckily, that was all I saw. I could only catch the beginning of Rampage. And that's what I saw.
Yeah, totally agree. And just a great start. Awesome match. Good storytelling. Pro wrestling. Each guy has got their own style and developed, and both on display. Very cool. Good Max Caster against Dante match as well. Seeing Dante do what he does. A great intro with the rap coming down, Max Caster rapping, and it was Billy Gunn and his boys, and Billy's pushing Bowens in the wheelchair. And both Billy Gunn's guys get on the microphone and mispronounce the city, so crowds shitting on him. And out of nowhere, Dante comes up balancing on that top rope and just jumps on all of them. Very cool, entertaining way to see his high flying incorporated, and seeing that whole rap on the way down and the Billy Gunn and his crew. It was reminiscent of like the New Age Outlaws, how they would come back
I do
ring,
do enjoy that Billy is like a disappointed dad, but to support their hijinks.
Yeah, it was.
He's more of a like, you guys should hold your liquor. That's what I'm disappointed in.
So much fun, emotion, and him just being the one pushing Bowens was just like, and he's the one chaperoning. And he could still whoop anyone into shape.
Yeah, love Papa ass.
Just love it. Loved everything about it. Just fun pro wrestling, and I love those lead up episodes to the major pay-per-views.
Yeah, they've had solid go home shows, definitely. Pretty consistently. All right. So why don't we talk about what we did this weekend? Me and Perch talked a little before we started. As much as we love wrestling, I love watching wrestling, we like to do it a bit more. See, Zach, why don't we start? Because our Saturday will kind of lead into Perch's Friday.
Yes, sir. So our Friday, we were at Fourth Wall Wrestling defending our golden jackets against the duo of Joey, Jet Avalon, and Sierra. As expected, this match was not going to be a short one.
No, it was not. You can hear me scream, wrestling is stupid.
Yeah, Joey and Sarah, we are not like any easy feat. We went the distance with them. I want to say over a 20-minute banger.
Yeah, it was like 22.
Yeah, it was it was good. I thought that match things could have gone a little bit better. It could have gone according to plan a little bit more, like trying to save our energy. But that's what happens when you go with two of the better wrestlers in the state. I got thrown on my head by Sierra, forgetting how strong she actually is.
Yeah, she's a little monster.
At the end of the night, Milwaukee stretching crew tried getting involved. We ended up getting the W on Joey and Sarah, retaining our golden jackets. And nothing Doc loves more than after going over 20 minutes.
Wrestling immediately again. It's my favorite thing.
Wrestling immediately again. Yeah, Val Malone was out here talking smack, telling us we were avoiding the Milwaukee stretching crew.
Talking that hot shit.
Oh yeah, she talking all that shit. Last month when we beat the Milwaukee Stretching Crew, they were informed by Fourth Wall Management. They wouldn't get another shot at our Golden Jackets until we're no longer the champions. But I respect Fourth Wall. Doc respects them, but at the end of the day, we were fighting champions. Maybe bit off a little bit more than we can chew. We accepted the challenge. On the verge to another victory, in my opinion, until the woman who goaded us into this match got involved. Once again, there's no secret to this formula. We just got to figure out how to debug this formula of eliminating Val Malone, because Daniels pushed me into her. Doc luckily caught her from hurting herself. But unfortunately, while Doc was holding her, I got caught by Drake and Scott with their finisher. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they call it. German kick. And we lost our Golden Jackets. It's summertime. Sucks, but we're coming back for those belts.
It's a little colder now at night. Yeah, it sucks. Fourth Wall, always a good time. Fans always show us much love. We love being there. They seem to enjoy our, both our matches. The fans didn't want us to take on that second match, though. They were chanting July, July, July. But it is what it is. We're the type to always step to the plate when our card is full.
Exactly. One other thing before we get to Saturday, when we got back, even though we lost, the owner was super proud. In that match of Joey and Sierra, there was a lot of different chants, a lot of Country Air, a lot of Sierra, a lot of Joey, a lot of this is awesome. But he said this is the first time he's ever got a Fourth Wall chant for a match. So those are small little things I take a badge of honors in to be a part of that match. Like you say, Doc probably can do the same, but to be a part of that and be able to create that moment for the fans and really have that the company Fourth Wall get put over with what we're doing in our tag matches was something special.
Definitely. Not to toot our own horns, but we've had plenty of this is awesome chants, and we appreciate it every time. But this was my first, chanting the company during a match, and that felt really good.
Oh yeah, it was nice. Even though tired, trying to suck in some air to get that second win. It was
go ahead, keep chanting and give me a chance to breathe, guys. Please.
Yes, sir.
I am so old.
For those who didn't know, before COVID, Doc was booked for Fourth Wall, but at the time I was still grinding. I was still, I guess, a secret or whatever you want to call it, but I was not booked with Fourth Wall. I thought to myself, I was a little taken back, a little upset, but I thought to myself, over COVID, over time, I'm going to get better. And my goal was to eventually hold those Golden Jackets with Doc Simmons. So the fact that we got to hold the Golden Jackets, that was a mission. That was a small mission accomplished to me from being a guy who there was no disrespect, just told me there was nothing there that they saw with me. Totally understand. I was new at the time to now being a guy who was in the match defending the Golden Jackets, getting the Fourth Wall chant. Definitely a small victory for myself.
I'm gonna go off that a little bit because a post earlier this week kind of, I don't want to say got to me, but it gave me pause to think. To all, I'm sure, not try to talk down to everybody, but just a reminder, companies will always find a reason to not book you. But all you can do is put the nose to the grindstone and better yourself. And always remember, the price today is not the price tomorrow.
Exactly.
So always bet on yourself. Don't worry about the shortcomings. You'll get there eventually, like we have, luckily.
Yes, then after Friday, we had a great title. We had a great jacket defense, and then we lost the Jackets after holding them for 196 days. We made our way down to Mattoon, Illinois, because despite the loss, we weren't going to have let that weigh on our shoulders, because we were going after the 0-1 USA Tag Team Championships.
Yes, sir.
This has been building up for months now. The premiere have been the 0-1 USA Tag Champs, I want to say, for almost 2 years now.
It's getting pretty close.
They've been dominating that division. We stepped into 0-1 with one goal, and that was those pretty red strap titles. We grinded. We were working hard. We finally earned this opportunity. Last month, we beat the Premier in a non-title match. So this month, we earned that opportunity. And, I thought everything was going according to plan.
I mean, them stealing my gear wasn't according to plan, but
yeah, I mean, we just have to be better at putting our gear bags away from them in the locker room.
Yeah, can't be trusted. Yeah. Working the Premier is always a hard hitting affair. But we are those Milwaukee strong style guys, so we're ready for it.
Country strong style, baby.
Yeah, country strong style. I'm sorry, I was trying to remember what it was. Country strong style guys. So we were ready for it.
Easter egg.
Foreshadowing. So yeah, it was good to get in there, get that shot at the titles. Yep, 0-1's a place that we wanted to be. There's a lot of history there, a lot of top guys.
Dude, a lot of guys I didn't know held those tag belts. Hardcore Craig held the belts with Corporal Robinson.
Yep.
Mark Brave and Tyler Black, better known as Seth Rollins, held those tag titles. I mean, the besties in the world, now known as Grindhouse, they were former champs. So a lot of great tag teams, a lot of good history with those belts.
Yep. So it'd mean a lot for us to have them. And unfortunately, Saturday we pinned the wrong guy.
All right. Not so unfortunate. There's a technicality. We pride ourselves in tag wrestling to make sure we have the legal guy pin the legal guy. I am not going to argue with the referee's decision. Am I a little upset? Yes. We got the pin on SK.
1, 2, 3 happened.
The 1, 2, 3 happened. What I'm upset about was after that, while the refs are discussing, trying to figure out what was going on, their hired gun, Mad Dog Conley, came out, threw Beal through Doc through the crowd. And as I'm holding the belts, finally realizing we have done our goal, turned around and met a chain to my face. Right in front of the referee as well. Obviously, the Premier, unlike the Caribbeans, always have Plan B. Could get it because Chuka has a lot of babies, but they got the disqualification. So your mama's favorite out of town shooters. We ended up getting the victory Saturday night, but we based off disqualifications, you cannot win the titles.
Yeah, so that was a bit disappointing. The crowd there has shown us so much love, and we appreciate that. I said 0-1 has been a goal, and the fact that y'all accept us so much, we really appreciate. We know y'all want us to have that goal. Saturday was not the end of this. We will be back. Those red straps will be around our sexy little waists. Just wait.
Yes, sir. That's the goal. I don't plan on losing any goals this year.
Yep. We gonna hit them all. Running through that checklist. Perch. What was your weekend like, brother?
Yeah, it was a fun weekend. Kick things off Friday. Went down to Kansas City for Journey Pro Wrestling. That was a great time in Kansas City. Got some good barbecue. Joe's Barbecue is a must anytime. If wrestling brings you to KC, about as good as food gets.
I will remember that.
Good brisket and pulled pork on the Kansas side of Kansas City. Joe's Barbecue. Stopped in right away. First time.
Hey, I make food plans on these road trips all the time. Don't worry about it.
This was definitely a food destination.
Yep.
I had dreamt.
Nope. Yep. I do it. I got a list.
And then we happened to have some pro wrestling too.
Mm-hmm.
Journey Pro was awesome. Really great time. First time out there. I think they're shows are on Twitch and then on YouTube as well.
I at least know definitely Twitch.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a fun company, a lot of fun people. I worked a lot of tag matches that night. My voice is still recovering from a wild weekend, and the tag matches to start definitely took their toll. But I also had a run-in with the Premier over the weekend as they took on Laney Luck and GPA from Chicago. It was fun match. Cool to represent in a town like Kansas City and to experience that crowd. Next one I had was a team, Wyatt and Langley. Evil Heels, Rudos.
Oh, that Jeremy Wyatt?
I believe so. But very, very good intensity with these two guys against Thumbs and Buns.
Ooh,
where
holy.
Eventually Buns turned on Thumbs.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they all joined crew and started beating up on everybody.
Yeah.
They were beating up on everybody.
Damn you, Justin Fowler.
Dastardly crew. And then I ended up having the Howlets, two good brothers, good brother tag teams. I really enjoy seeing brothers wrestle together or against each other. Just that connection. Having a brother myself, I get that there's a connection in sports. He's not in wrestling, but I can only imagine if we did wrestle, we would have that connection inside the ring, like we did, playing any kind of a sport growing up. And they took on Sam Beal and his partner. I mistook his name, but he left. He was left hanging at the end as the Howlets ended up coming through with the victory. And then Moonshine Mantell against Kenny Alfonso in a last man standing match. Awesome match. They brawled throughout the entire arena. Lots of chairs, lots and lots of chairs. I think people were throwing chairs inside the ring by the end of the match. There were so many chairs. And again, with the 10 counts, the voice is still recovering. And it ended with a top rope Frankensteiner onto a whole bunch of chairs at the ring. It was cool. At one point, as people were throwing chairs in the ring, a kid walked up and just gently placed a chair inside the ring.
Very thoughtful.
Very heartwarming.
Very thoughtful. Wait, I thought
everybody.
They had chairs? I could have sworn chairs. They were having trouble getting chairs down there. Actually, that was like a whole thing.
Perhaps. And maybe this was the inaugural chair day.
It could have been.
And they made their impact felt that night because there were a whole bunch of them and they looked brand new, let me tell you.
Okay, and, so yeah, maybe. Good
sound, good condition, solid. That's what fans were using the entire night. Everyone was standing by the end of it. Yeah, very cool match. A good grudge.
Yeah, Kenny's been on another level lately.
Yeah, but cool to experience. Very fun. Really get everybody out there. Different styles, different storytelling, different crowds. Really enjoy it. And then went over to St. Louis, Collinsville, Illinois area for Warrior Wrestling, which was a cool time. So Kansas City out to St. Louis and ended up having a set of brothers, Canis Lupus El Hijo, which is now the Alpha Wolf.
Yeah, that's what he changed it to.
Just a monster.
Yeah, he looks a lot more intimidating. He already was intimidating.
El Hijo de Canis Lupus, now Alpha Wolf. Holy smokes. And his brother Dragon Bane they took on each other
I did not know they were brothers.
In a banger of a match.
That actually explains a lot why they're so good together. I did not know they were brothers.
Great guys. Amazing entrance gear. Holy smokes. Being a fan of the great Muda, and he always had good elaborate entrances with like the dragon up on the shoulder for one in particular. Both these guys had wolves on shoulders and dragons on shoulders. Amazing entrance attire. Coming out to some straight up like 90s 2000 rap. It was great.
Hell yeah.
It was awesome. Really enjoyed it. Makes for cool scenes. That place was rocking. It was a great lucha match. Would be accepted anywhere at any state, any country. Awesome to be a part of, and they really bring the atmosphere. Next match was Tutti Lin against Diana Perazzo. A very fun match. Tutti ended up having her team in her corner, Team Ambition, which was awesome. Very cool feeling. Again, almost like having a brother in your corner, having your teammates in your corner, just there to will you on. Made for a cool dynamic and a lot of good emotion in that match. Pure, genuine emotion. And cool to experience Diana during this time. She's on another level as well. And and cool to get a match with her in the middle of St. Louis area. Very cool. The next match was Athena, the women's champion, defending her title against Diana Kai, which was an awesome match. However, Frank the Clown and Trevor Outlaw, a little bit of involvement on the outside. They got their business handed to them by the end of it. And Athena continues as champion. It was a very cool match. And the overall feel was great, but I think Trevor Outlaw got his arm broken in the process.
It would be real hard for me to shake your hands right now, Trev.
And then went from St. Louis all the way up to Chicago for Mole de Mayo Fest. Downtown Chicago, representing from our early days of pro wrestling and setting up rings, experiencing different shows. We got to work Mole de Mayo Fest back in 2019. This time around in 2022, it was awesome. Great stop in Chicago. Had Jake Painter against Axel Rico and Lady Tigers against Paloma Star. Cool matches, but more than anything, it was the environment to be a part of, to feel that crowd right in downtown Chicago, right at the intersection, and looking up at those buildings, people as far as the eye can see on that block party. Awesome outdoor feel.
Yep.
Brought me right back to 2019, which was some amazing times, and just as amazing now. But cool to have a blast from the past and round out the weekend of wrestling with a fun homage show.
All right, nice. Yep. Fun times all around. Summer's here. Those fairs and festivals are coming around. Mole Fest was awesome back in 2019. Yeah, always love this time of year because this is when those Facebook memories start coming up. So yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. All right, let's move into our topic of discussion for the night. Past 2 weeks, we've been talking about the comments that Randy Orton made as far as him being a WWE lifer and Roman going on to Stardom. Last week we talked about who's going to be the WWE lifers. Why don't we talk about who's going to be the AEW lifers? Since I stole yours last week, Zach, why don't you start?
Sure. I have a few. First, I would say I think Darby Allin will be a lifer. It just seems like the type of guy who, as I think, as he's getting bigger into AEW, you know, WWE is one of those promotions where they do like the bigger body guys. I don't think Darby Allin fits their formula with the crazy, I would say bumps he takes, the crazy moves. I just feel like Darby Allin's like right at home at AEW. I feel like he's a pillar for a reason, so I could see him being a life for AEW. Another one would be Jungle Boy. I guess there's a lot, like pretty much a lot of the pillars I feel like are gonna be lifers. Jungle Boy has uh, uh, gotten so over at AEW. He's currently one half of the tag team champions. Just seeing him somewhere else, I think would be a huge pop. But he just seems like he's an AEW guy through and through. And then I'll stop right there just so everyone else can get theirs in as well.
Okay. Perch.
SCU, Daniels, Kazarian, Scorpio Sky. I think all those guys are going to stick around at AEW and be there for the rest. They were there at the inaugural big old Las Vegas intro, the big tailgate party before AEW, and they're doing things now. Daniels being a lot of stuff behind the scenes and in charge of talent, and Kazarian being on TV on fresh episodes of AEW, and Scorpio Sky, he's the TBS champion, well, TNT champion right now. So I think SCU is doing big things, sticking around, and I think could constitute for being lifers with the company, day one guys, and I don't think are going anywhere.
Okay. All right. Interesting picks. I did think Darby, but as you said, with his crazy bumps, I don't know that how long he'll be around. So it's like, yeah, I think he'll be a lifer, but how long will that life be? For me, one of the guys that definitely comes to mind is Anthony Bowens. Love him. I think he has great size, but I don't know if he's big enough for the E. I think he fits in very well in the AEW system. I think him and Max have consistently been near the top of the tag team rankings like since the beginning. They were early signings. I follow him on social media. It seems like he's having a lot of fun there. He's one where I think he has a style that lends itself to long term, where I think he'll be able to protect his body very well. So for me, I think Bowens is really a top pick to be a lifer. I did think about some older guys like SCU, but for me, I think the only one I can really see being a lifer that out of that crew is Scorp. You can kind of say maybe Daniels because he's already had his shot there, but I think Daniels is just such I love wrestling. He will always be a world lifer, like just a lifer of wrestling and an ambassador to it. Kazarian, I think, doesn't know how old he is, so he will run to as many companies as he can. He will run himself to the grave wrestling, so that's why he's not really a pick for me as a lifer. I think he'll definitely go back to Impact at some point older in his career. To me, Scorp is really the only one out of that crew who I thought would definitely be a lifer.
Yeah, and cool to have different companies where guys can stick around and build the infrastructure. It's cool to think about who's all going to be there and who will stick around. I'm sure there'll be surprises that we see in the next 5 years. And even saying 5 or 10 years means the company's going to be around for 5
Round
to 10
for
years,
yep,
which is
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, which is great. I hope more
We all
wrestling.
hope.
Like I said, I've always like I do love the E, but I've always found myself more attracted to just alternate forms. I was a WCW guy. I had my TNA run. Had I caught on to ECW earlier, I would have been an ECW guy. Um, more so an AEW guy. I always like that there's just more wrestling out there than just one big company dominating. You have to see different wrestling.
Mhm.
All right. And I think we're starting to wind down now, fellas. Why don't we talk about what we've got coming up this weekend? I'll go first because I've got the lease. I will be getting dental surgery. So I'll be laid up. Enjoying that. The lady took some time off, so I think we're gonna drive out to Virginia afterwards, and I'll be able to recover back home and maybe see some family and friends. So that's going to be awesome. Zach, let's talk about this singles run, baby.
Yes, sir. I'm actually going to be, like Doc said, he's going to be out this weekend. So I'm going to be hitting the road Saturday, Illinois. I'll be Deer Grove, Illinois, wrestling for Zawa, and not one but two matches. They have a double show, so I'm going to be wrestling. First match is against Braxton. Man, I haven't been able to beat yet, but never say never. We are one half of your mama's favorite Zawa Live Tag Team Champions, going to represent. Have a singles match there. And I think in the afternoon, and then like the evening show, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I would assume either probably another singles match, but I will be on both shows for Zawa, so double duty, no big deal. I'm going to be doing that thing. And
And
then
I'm excited for that
Sunday,
Braxton match. That should be good.
yeah, and then Sunday, I'm actually going out to MAW for their TV taping Warriors. I actually will be slotted for two more matches. So 2 days, four matches. I know
You
one
gonna
of
be fucking tired, brother.
oh yeah, but
4 singles
definitely,
matches. When's the last time you did a weekend of 4 singles matches?
I do not know. But
Yeah.
I accept all challenges. Doc always tells me I'm good enough
Yeesh,
to do it.
you jumping right into this run.
Uh, Doc is in the PWI doing his singles run, so in order for country to get a little bit more notice, you gotta stick on the grind. If one of us are bunked up, the other one's out there working. And yeah, I know one of my opponents is Rampage Santana. I know he's one of the top guys there, so
Show them how to do those goddamn road dog punches.
bro, those are awful.
Like,
Those are
Rampage. Zach's
Yeah,
coming, a true road dog fan. He's going to show you how to do it.
bro, I might have to go doggy style in this match. Not non-explicit contact required. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to show him how to do the jib jag wiggle.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah. 2 nights, 4 matches, Let's get it.
Nice. I'm excited. Perch, what's your weekend looking like, brother?
Heading out to Crown Point, Indiana, Saturday for Black Label Pro, a double slate of events, a 3 o'clock show and a 7 o'clock show on IWTV. It should be a good time. A lot of fun people in the house for that day. I'm really looking forward to both shows. It should be a lot of fun action. So getting the body into good shape and feeling right, heading into the weekend.
Nice. All right, and with that, Zach, any final thoughts or questions?
I do not at the moment.
Perch, final thoughts and questions.
Yep, keep on tune for the Great Muta comeback. And our prayers are still with Triple H.
Yep.
And hoping he makes a comeback in some capacity.
Yep. Wrestling returning to normalcy. Like I said, yeah. it's a good thing to see. Triple H coming back, Muda coming back, borders opening up. We can see a lot of American wrestlers getting to travel. UK opening up. Tony Deppen apparently had an awesome 3-day weekend this past weekend. Hopefully, I can check out some of those matches. So yeah, it's just overall good to see wrestling returning to normalcy, whatever that is.
So good.
Yep.
Couldn't agree more. That's such a great thing.
Yeah. And with that, be sure to like, share, subscribe, follow us on all our social medias, follow the promotions that hire us, and tell the promotions that don't hire us to book us. We'd really appreciate that. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.